Okay, we're going to get into something that is a little bit unsettling. And I need you to understand that right up front before, bottom line, we get into the thick of it. And the question I need you to ask yourself right up front is, why does Congress, Democrats and Republicans combined, all of a sudden care so much about the Social Security Administration's massive backlog of people, a million people, right? Their 25-year low of employment. Okay. What about the 20 billion something in overpayments that are due? Okay. All right. Think about it. All right, keep that in the back of your mind. Why did they care now? Now, when you think about this, many people will lean left towards the Democrats. Many people will lean right towards the Republicans. But just assume for a moment that both teams are on the same side when it comes to Social Security benefits. Just assume that no matter what each team comes out with, that they're playing the same game together. They are playing the same situation over and over. They are going to complement each other when the time comes. Let's get into it. This is a article from Newsweek by Kate Plummer. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are increasingly concerned about the Social Security Administration's inhumane treatment of its customers. Okay, cool. Speaking during a congressional panel, politicians pressed Linda Kerr David, Social Security's acting assistant deputy commissioner of operations, to defend what they described as widespread failures in the disability benefit system, including chronic claims backlogs and customer service phone delays. Now, some of you are going to be asking, who is this person? I made an organizational chart, and when I say made, I brought out the highlighter. That's all I did. I'm tired. It's very late. It's 12:37 a.m. This is your leader, Commissioner Kijikazi. A boopity 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 boop. A boopity 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 boop. A boop. Right there is your assistant to this person, who is, and I'll read it to you exactly, Deputy Commissioner of Operations. So Michelle A. King is the official, okay, Deputy Commissioner of Operations. This is that person's assistant. Cool. All right, let's get into it a little bit. Republican Representative Drew Ferguson, chairman of the Social Security panel of the House Committee on Ways and Means, called the consequences of SSA issues devastating. Remember, he's a money guy. That's a money person. Ways and Means, that's a money person, okay? Purse strings. Let me put this in plain English. The SSA is unable to keep up with the claims it has, but it's spending hundreds of millions of dollars to get more claims. When they say that, they're talking about outreach to basically get more people from Indian communities, more people from Native communities to go ahead and sign up. It has okay, so let me put this in plain. The SSA is unable to keep up with the claims it has, but it's spending hundreds of millions of dollars to get more claims, dollars that should instead be going to provide claimants with faster decisions. I can see both sides of the argument. One side is there's a bunch of people that are supposed to go on SSI disability that aren't, and the SSA is reaching out to them. The other side is saying, what the hell are you doing? You already have enough claims. You know, one side saying we need to get people to have the benefits that they're supposed to have. The other side is saying, no shit. Why don't you just go ahead and work on what you have? Meanwhile, the SSA is sitting on solutions that would modernize and streamline the claims process. Okay, that's what Ferguson said. Okay. Democrat Brian Higgins said the SSA has a severe customer service problem. Yeah, I mean, 45 minutes to wait to get somebody on the phone from just the 800 number, that sucks. It's not only inefficient, it's awful, it's inhumane. We have to explain to people who call our office and with a straight face tell them, by the way, you're going to be denied, that it's a complete waste of time that begins another lengthy process of appeals, the New York congressman said. Republican Randy Feenstra of Iowa, not sure how to pronounce that last name, said that the system is broken. What are you going to do about it? He asked Kerr Davis. This is simply not going to be solved by putting more resources and money at it. If we don't have the right policies, we're defeating ourselves, Democrat Bill Pascrell of New Jersey said. According to agency data, more than 1 million Americans are still waiting for initial decisions on benefits, with initial decisions now taking an average of 220 days to process, almost double the 2019 processing time. Remember, this is an interesting thing because what's happening is Instead of waiting for 2024 to come around, instead of waiting for it just to be a slugfest between what will likely be Biden versus Trump, these congressional leaders realize the army of potential votes that come from Social Security recipients, and they're playing the field early to garner positioning when it comes to fixing the Social Security Administration, future presidential candidates type of stuff. All right. Lawmakers also said callers are left on hold for an average of 36 minutes this year at the agency's toll-free number, up from 32 minutes last year. Not that 32 to 36 is like the end of the world, but it's more like 40, 45. At least in my area, whenever I have to call in for whatever purpose to get a hold of them, when I can't just communicate directly with the ERE. In fiscal year 2023, Congress approved over $1.42 trillion in spending for the SSA, a slight increase from the $1.37 trillion approved in fiscal year 2022. President Biden has asked Congress for a $1.4 billion boost to the budget for fiscal 2024 that would raise it to $15.5 billion. Responding to questions, Kara Davis said the SSA is improving its service by deploying dozens of employees to headquarters and regional offices and asking governors to help recruit and retain employees. Now, remember when I talked about this about 2 months ago, and everybody was like, what are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? When I said, hey, look, we're getting some really incredibly bright minds in the DDS sector because they're coming from higher up levels at the SSA, and they're going and doing these base level jobs. And they're just incredible when it comes to adjudicating these claims because they know the law. It's like getting an ALJ at a lower level. That's, and then of course, juxtaposition is that you have all these new kids coming in, first time, first job that they're hiring on just to fill positions. And it was like, are you shitting me? Like, you can't have top level executive personnel come down and do this job and then also feed me like, first job firsters. It was such a cold tank, hot tank experience. Responding to questions, Kara Davis said the SSA is improving its service. They're deploying people. We realize we're not delivering the service everyone wants, she acknowledges, describing a convergence of factors that led to the problems and said they are ultimately tied to funding challenges. Now, let's just be fair here. At the base fundamental of what's going on with the Social Security Administration and why it's not performing well is that they don't have enough personnel. But with that inherently, the SSA also has the problem of retaining employees. So they have enough money to hire and fill all those seats that are missing, but they keep quitting at 1,000 employees every single month. So the real truth of this is that, yeah, it's a money problem, but even more so than that, it's a retention of employees problem because nobody wants to work there doing these low-level positions, constantly having to do what basically disability attorneys are doing all the time, processing claims. And at the end of the day, people they don't want to do the job anymore. It is what it is. They're not paying them enough. There's not enough benefits, not enough accommodations. It just is what it is. Okay. So they're admitting that, they're not doing what they should be doing, but they say it's a money problem. Now, here's the deal when it comes down to this. I have a theory, and the next video is going to be more on that theory, which is specifically the future of the Social Security Administration. But I would like you to keep in mind one thing before I end this video, which is the following. If you go ahead and look at what's happening, you can see both Democrats and Republicans all of a sudden acting like they have besties rings on, going into charge to fix the Social Security Administration. Now, what are we saying with this? They're going in to try and fix this, right? And their brilliant minds of the senators and the House reps will come up with these incredible fixes for the Social Security Administration. They don't need incredible fixes. They need to employ better employees by paying more money, more accommodations, better benefits. That's it. And you know what the really sad truth of this whole thing is? Everything has gone so ultra, I'm not going to say the W word, but you know what I'm going to say. Ultra in that direction that they can't even admit that some people that are worth more money in the marketplace of processing claims should get paid more money. That's it. That's the reality. We are so hot and heavy on this idea of employees being absolute empirically equal in all measurements, fashion, and form. They need better employees to process these claims. There's a difference between a high school grad, a college grad, a master's, a doctorate level, a professional doctorate level individual, and a postdoctorate level individual. Okay. You can say, well, look, there's a bunch of college people that could do the doctorate. Yeah, sure. Cool. Awesome. There's a small percentage that could. But the grand majority, you got to understand there's a system. And the system, the way it works, is that there is a hierarchy. Oh God, do we have a person here who's just gonna? Okay, so let's see what we got here. We got somebody who's angry in the comments. Let's see what he says. So Rick Court said, "You ultra mag." I don't even know if he's talking about me or somebody else. I'm not sure at this point. But the point is this: what you have to understand is that you have levels of intellectual, capacity. And then you have levels of that intellectual capacity actually being good at a job. Because remember, you have some brilliant people out there where you can't give them a job. They just literally could not do a job. Their brain is all over the damn place. They could draw an incredible picture from memory, but ask them to go ahead and work the drive-through at McDonald's. It's just not going to happen. So the point is, they need to find better employees that can learn the system faster, that can then go through it and adjudicate claims better and faster, more efficiently, etc. Right now, I mean, they're having people, literally employees, stealing money from SSI people, funneling it into their PayPal account, and then funneling it from their PayPal account to their personal account. I mean, that is some wow stuff. I honestly never thought I would see somebody steal 6 SSI persons, benefits, back pay, forward pay like that. I just never thought I would see that in the modern landscape, but the system as to how it works. So my point with this, and I think it's incredibly important, is the following. Okay. I think that we are seeing a show because they would not be using, look, think about it. Okay. Look at some of these words that they're using. Just think about some of these words that they're using. Okay. It's awful. It's inefficient. It's inhumane. These are all emotion words. They're all emotion fluff words, right? But they're also all bullshit. Like if they were actually going to fix something as a team, they wouldn't be asking the assistant to the deputy commissioner of operations who is acting in that capacity what the fix is. They wouldn't. They would be having roundtables with the commissioner and these other individuals trying to come up with ideas. And then basically, instead of making a spectacle of the SSA personnel, they would then be presenting these ideas for discussion and communication and thoughts. Instead, we have literally a witch hunt for Commissioner Kijikazi by both Democrats and Republicans, because the Democrats know that Biden's already picked her replacement, Commissioner Kijikazi's replacement, Martin O'Malley. And the Republicans, they want another, Commissioner Saul in there who's going to run the SSA like a money-producing, squeeze the lemons company. So when we go to this next video, which is essentially, what's going to be the future of the SSA, just keep in mind, I don't think these two groups, the senators and the House reps that are on the Democrat and Republican side, I don't think that they're actually on different sides. Catch me at the next video. I have an idea, and I think it's important that we really, really work on it. Anyways, I will catch you a little bit later. Okay, so yeah, I guess this Rick, we're just gonna get rid of this guy. Here we go. Boop. And let's see. There we go. So I will catch you at the next video. We will catch up, go from there. Bottom line, I'll see you in 10 minutes. Please remember to like. Please remember to subscribe. Click the all button. And also, if you want to, go to Google Disability Resolution YouTube or Disability Resolution Florida or Disability Resolution Law Firm and leave a review. I'll catch up with you shortly and we'll go from there. See you soon. All right, 10 minutes. Bye-bye.